I am working on Travis and Olivia's memory boards for their graduation open house today, and I've got one of these trifold boards here. It's a trifold board. Got one for Travis and one for Olivia. And then I've got some paper here. I'm going to work on Travis's first, and then I'll work on Olivia's. But for Travis's, I'm going to use this striped paper, and then for Olivia's, I'm going to use the floral, because their colors are blue, purple, and silver. So then on Travis's, I got this silver tea, and then I'm going to finish writing his name out with this silver paint pen. And then I've got a bunch of his pictures from his childhood, and these I'm going to use to attach the pictures to the display board so that I don't have glue residue and all that kind of stuff in the back of the pictures. These are just some little mini clothespins that I found at Walmart, and I took Mod Podge and I painted the tops with Mod Podge, and then I dipped them in silver glitter. And I'm going to hot glue these onto the display board wherever I decide to put a picture. So I'm going to try to get my tripod set up to where you can actually see what I'm doing, and I'm going to have to stand to do this because the board is going to take up most of the table. So as soon as I get everything set up, I'll be back. This is the Mod Podge I used, and this is the glitter I used, and I got both of those at Walmart. See, there are 4 corners on this board, and so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these pieces of paper in half at a diagonal so that I can glue one in each corner of the board. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to trim them down because the corners are smaller, but that's okay. We will figure it out. This is how it fits in the corner. So it looks like I'm going to have to take off, I'm going to have to cut this down about an inch off of the side of that. So I've got my paper cutter here, and I'm going to try to cut off about an inch off this edge of this paper. And it won't fit all the way, so I'll have to do it. Flip it over and do it from this side as well. Okay, so let's see if that will fit in the corner more perfectly. Not quite. Maybe another half an inch off. So we'll do the same thing. And this time we'll go half an inch. Okay, that's my bread in the oven. It's ready to come out, so I'll be right back. So the bread needed about another 5 minutes, so you'll hear the timer going off again in a few minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and trim another half an inch or so off of this side. And then we'll check it in the corner again. That is just perfect. Okay, so I got all 4 of the striped ones cut for Travis's, and then I went ahead and cut Olivia's. And I have them set up on here. Let me get you over here so you can see. I have them set up on each corner so that the stripes are all going horizontally. So I'm just kind of OCD that way. If it doesn't bother you, then you don't have to pay attention to that much detail, but that bugs me if something's not, if all the lines aren't going the same direction. So I've got that done. So now I'm going to go ahead and glue those down. And what I'm going to use to glue them down is this Elmer's tape runner. And to be perfectly honest with you, this stuff does not work all that great. But it's what I have, so I'm going to do my best and work with what I have. And the way this thing works is you just push it down, put it on there, and you run it. And the problem that I have with it is that sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Like right at this moment it's working fairly decent. So I put several rows of tape down, and I'm just going to tape these into each corner of this board. And so when I get those all taped on, I'll be back and show you what I'm going to do next. Okay, so I got the 4 corners glued in place, and now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the silver tea, and I'm going to position it after I get the cardboard off of it. I'm going to position it on the center of the board, and then with my pencil I'm going to write the rest of his name, R-A-V-I-S, in pencil, and then I'm going to go over it with the silver paint pen. Okay, so I'm just going to use this placemat just as a guide so that I can keep the letters straight. And because I don't have a ruler or a yardstick handy. And I think I'm going to go ahead and take the backing off of these and adhere this tea down so it doesn't move around on me. So I'll go ahead and stick that down firmly. Okay. So, my handwriting is not the greatest in the world, but we'll do my best. I'll do my best here. Okay, so I'm just going to draw a very light line with this pencil that I can erase later, just so that I can keep my lettering straight. Okay, so let's do. The window's open and it's blowing dirt in the house and it's getting all over everything. What a windy day we have today. So let's go ahead and do my R. I'm going to write it real light so that if I need to, I can erase it. Okay, that turned out pretty nice. So now I'm going to go over that with this paint pen. You have to prime these pins by pushing it on a surface until the paint appears. There it goes. So see how the tip is silver now? Okay, so now I'm going to very carefully trace over my pencil marks. But that's, so far, that's what we've got done. We've got the four corners and his name. Now I'm going to take the pictures that I have of him, and I don't know if I have enough or too many, but I'm going to take the pictures that I have of him and I'm going to arrange them on this board in just a random order. It doesn't have to be anything, you know, specific. And once I get these pictures on here the way I want them, I'll be back and I'll show you the next step. Okay, so here is how I want to have his memory boards laid out with all of his pictures. This is his newborn picture, and that was his in Sunday school. And this was one of his costumes for, we didn't celebrate Halloween, but we did a fall festival at the church. And oh, this is one of his silly pictures. And so anyway, oh, here's another one of his fall festival costumes. He was a washing machine. I made that costume. So anyway, this is how I have his pictures laid out. Now what I'm going to do with these little clothespins is I'm going to hot glue them on the board and then clip the pictures on to the clothespin. Now, I have a very sinking suspicion that I do not have enough of these clothespins to do Olivia's board today, but I'm going to go ahead and finish Travis's, and then I can pick up some more clothespins and do some more, do those up and do her board tomorrow. So, we will do what we can do, and when I get all the clothespins hot glued on here, I will be back and I'll show you what his finished board looks like. Okay, so I have all of the little paper clips on there and the pictures where I want them. Now Olivia had a good idea or a suggestion. She said I should put glue, or well, I'll use Mod Podge because that's basically the same thing, a thin line on the on his name and sprinkle glitter on it. So I'm going to do that. So that's what I'm going to be doing next. That's why I asked. Sounds like that. Like an airplane or something.
That's above the oven?
What?
The oven fan?
No, it's coming from outside.
It's probably an airplane.
The bad thing is my hand's not very steady.
Do you want me to do it? Make a great machine?
Yeah, I think I do. But I'm going to have to glitter this first because it's already there. Okay, so this is actually the next day. We got Travis's done yesterday and I totally ran out of time. It was time to get supper on the table and we had so much glitter all over the house from doing Travis's name, which I think turned out excellent, that when we do Olivia's, we're going to do that part outside. Because I swept probably 5 times and I mopped 3 times and I still have glitter all over the floor. So yeah, that's definitely an outdoor project. Problem is that it was 80 degrees yesterday and now it's like 50 degrees today and cold and very windy. So we are not going to get Olivia's glitter done today, but I am going to start working on Olivia's. And so the process that we did to make Travis's is going to basically be the same exact process for when we do Olivia's. So when I get Olivia's all completely done, I'll be back and I'll show you the finished product. Okay, so this is a couple of days later and we finally got everything done. Travis's is done and Olivia's is done. I'll show you a couple of her pictures. That's her hospital newborn picture, some of her silly pictures, her toddler pictures, some of her fall festival costumes. She was a cowboy one year and an angel. And there's a really silly picture of her. I think it's adorable. There's her with my dad when she was a tiny baby. And that's when she was 6 months old. Okay, so I got those 2 done, and then there's a third one that I'm going to be working on. Let me show you that in just a minute. This is one that's going to kind of have to be a last minute one because I want to put some of their pictures from their actual graduation ceremony on here, which is actually the week before their open house. And then some pictures from their prom, which their prom is next Friday. So this one's going to be done kind of towards the last minutes. But I wanted to have a separate board for their senior year accomplishments. So anyway, this is how I did my memory boards for my seniors this year. You obviously can do it however you want, but I hope you got some ideas from how I did mine. It was a bit more time consuming than I expected it to be, probably because I had 2 kids to do and not just 1. But I had a good time and it was fun, and I love looking at the pictures and their memories of their childhood. So if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, please feel free to subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you don't miss any of my video uploads. Thanks a lot for watching, friends, and we'll talk to you later. Bye!